Is this going to be Obama's Watergate? Well, we're going to try to answer that in this video, as right now, U.S. Attorney General William Barr is testifying in Congress, and what he is saying is confirming a lot of things we were saying, a lot of things Donald Trump was saying, but holy cow, the first major thing that has come out of this, Jason, is, of course, how William Barr is now claiming that Donald Trump's campaign was spied on under Donald Trump. I mean, this is huge news. This is extremely mind-blowing because he even went on to compare this to the direct spying that happened during the Vietnam War, of course, alluding to Watergate, the scandal that brought down Richard Nixon when Richard Nixon was spying on his political opponents and had agents illegally break into a hotel room to get information on them. Now, we also have other information coming with Representative Devin Nunes saying that he sent 8 criminal referrals to Attorney General Barr after looking into the Fusion GPS, after looking what created this entire scandal. And we're also finding out that this spy or spies or a number of people could have been no one other than James Comey. As we are finding out that the FBI revealed that James Comey was a witness in this Mueller investigation and that his memos contain far more sensitive information than previously known. And Jason, this right now is giving us a 180-degree complete picture to what the mainstream media pointed to throughout the last 3 years. They tried to vilify Trump. They even got rid of Judge Napolitano on Fox News for talking about how Trump was being spied on, saying that that was a conspiracy theory, saying Trump's lying, Trump's just spreading false rumors out there. Trump, no way he could be spied on. That would be a huge violation of the law. Now, we're getting information that is completely contradicting all of it. Jason, I quickly went through some of the big important bullet points. Which ones do you want to expand on? Because there's a lot to talk about here.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Luke, are you telling me that the mainstream media and the intelligence community that universally said that Russia colluded with the Trump administration to win the election? I'm sorry, it wasn't an administration there. It was the campaign. Excuse my French. You're telling me that they lied? Whoa! All right. So let's hammer through a little bit more of this. Yesterday, in the first part of these hearings where Barr was sitting down, I mean, look, it did not look good for the Democrats. The Democrats right now are demanding the entire Mueller report, 300 plus pages, be given out unredacted. That's not going to happen. That was never going to happen. It wouldn't have happened on either side of the aisle. What you will see within the next week is that with some redactions. Now, the real meat and potatoes here is when he's asked by Robert Adderall when the IG, the Inspector General report, is going to be out. Now, remember, the Inspector General report is the one that had Strzok, it had Lisa Page, and Lisa Page, you know, we saw what she said in public. She said some pretty damning things. We have not seen anywhere near to the full amount of text messages and emails that Gowdy, Nunes, and others had.
Yeah, and just really quickly, Lisa Page, by the way, was one of the FBI agents that was supposed to investigate Trump, if people don't know, and then was, of course, disgracefully removed from that investigation after showing clear bias. We could keep going, and we also have a video to play, don't we?
Yeah. We're getting to that right now. The lead investigator with Strzok, I mean, literally the woman he was having an affair with, cheating on his wife with, that was doing this investigation, she's probably going to turn full witness. That's my expectation here. Now, I just want to play this clip. This is William Barr telling you when we're going to see this report, the one that's being downplayed, that's not on every minute on CNN and MSNBC. The report where, again, we have 8 referrals, and now we know Comey more than likely lied before Congress. Remember when he was sitting up there with his smug Comey face? That smug Comey face? Well, let's find out. Mr. Barr, what's going on here? Oh, of course, we got to go through the ad. Unreal. Well, thank you.
Let me switch gears just a minute. One of the most sacred rights, as you know, as Americans, is the right not to be spied on by the government. A FISA order may only be issued based on a finding by the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court that probable cause exists to believe that the target of surveillance is an agent of a foreign power. One of our colleagues, Representative Nunes, has referred 8 persons to the FBI for investigation concerning alleged misconduct during the Russia investigation, including the leak of highly classified material and alleged conspiracies to lie to Congress and the FISA court in order to spy on then candidate Trump and other persons. I would hope that the Department of Justice will be giving these referrals appropriate and prompt consideration. My question is, now that President Trump has been exonerated of Russia collusion, is the Justice Department investigating how it came to be that your agency used a salacious and unverified dossier as a predicate for a FISA order on a U.S. citizen?
The Office of the Inspector General has a pending investigation of the FISA process in the Russian investigation, and I expect that that will be complete probably in May or June, I am told. So hopefully we'll have some answers from Inspector General Horowitz on the issue of the FISA warrants.
Go ahead.
More generally, I am reviewing the conduct of the investigation and trying to get my arms around all the aspects of the counterintelligence investigation that was conducted during the summer of 2016.
Oh.
Are you investigating who leaked the existence of the FISA order against Carter Page?
Who what?
Are you investigating who leaked the existence of a FISA order against Carter Page?
I haven't seen the referrals yet from Congressman Nunes, but obviously if there's a predicate for an investigation, it'll be conducted.
So there you go, Luke. Again, this is big news because you notice you said May and June, right? So they're going to get theirs in April. We're going to see the Mueller report, the second part with the obstruction of justice, and the Democrats are going to be hammering obstruction of justice charges. We need to charge him. We need to impeach him. As that's going on, this is going to be finalized, and we could see some real indictments, some real arrests. Let's be honest. The 8 names could be big ones, especially when in the first couple of days that this is being revealed, Comey is being revealed as a witness in the Mueller investigation.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what do you make of that? I mean, obviously, there was a huge political controversy and a huge political fight between Comey and Donald Trump. Everyone was talking about this being such a huge instance where Donald Trump fired him. He's obstructing and all of this. Well, that's going to be the next talking point. Forget about the Russian collusion, which Donald Trump has been exonerated of, which he has been thoroughly investigated. His lawyers have been investigated. His friends, his people, everyone around him was thoroughly investigated. They got rid of some people on basic DC crimes, white-collar crimes that almost virtually every presidential candidate would probably have his circle commit: tax fraud, lying under oath, a lot of pushing, a lot of pressure, a lot of things that, again, show you just how big of a political power play this was. And when you get into the bigger aspects of this, you really start looking around. I don't agree with Donald Trump. I criticize him on many things, but he was right. He was absolutely right. So was, of course, Judge Napolitano on Fox News. He was punished on Fox News for making a lot of these claims that now are being 100% true. How far this will go, I have to say I'm kind of skeptical because obviously there was a lot of talk about Hillary Clinton being held accountable for a lot of her misdoings, for a lot of her illegal activities, which everyone knew about, which everyone saw emails about. And none of that happened. How far this will go, it's going to be really, really interesting. But Donald Trump definitely seems like the victim here on so many different levels, especially now with this latest allegation of being spied on. So what do you think of this kind of James Comey thing? What do you think his role was? And Jason, with this new Devin Nunes kind of recommendations for criminal referrals, how far do you think it goes?
I think it's going to go deep. I mean, if you look at this is a Freedom of Information Act release by the Department of Justice, okay? So check it out. Right here, you can see the filings, brand new releases, and this says that highly sensitive information from the pending investigation that were not the subject of his testimony. So remember, Comey testified, and Comey clearly lied. He's a lawyer. He was very smug. He knew what he was saying. And through these documents, we now know that he had way more sensitive information and that he was conducting off-site surveillance. So in other words, not just the meetings with Trump. He was doing other things other than in person. These are bombshell docs, man. And again, we'll find out more today, as Barr will probably have to say more before both Republicans and Democrats. But again, I think it's going to be a left-right battle, unfortunately. You know, internally, we'll see how many convictions we actually get. It certainly appears that Trump is at least in the clear, no matter how much they beat the drums of obstruction of justice. I can see people throwing up their hands, demanding an investigation into the investigation. But when it comes down to it, you know, this isn't much different than what Rand Paul was calling for when we did a video last week, right? Rand Paul said, listen, I'm sorry, I can't say that we want to declassify the entire Mueller report until we find out what actually happened with Fusion GPS and the Hillary Clinton campaign. And that's totally correct in my eyes. You know, we have to figure that out. That has to be part of the conversation.
I agree. And then most importantly, what we need to bring up here, sorry, my camera died. I literally was listening the whole time. I just put in the battery, so it worked out perfectly. The bigger aspects here we need to understand is obviously the collusion was a part of the people going after Trump. There could have been, you know, people part of the Obama administration spying on him that could have been leaking information to, of course, Hillary Clinton, which, of course, is the major big concern here. That, of course, is a theory, but also a major possibility since it happened historically so many times. Let's look at what the Hillary Clinton campaign was doing with major media organizations. She was being leaked questions in advance when she was going up against Bernie Sanders, who she cheated and slapped around like a little toy. A little toy boy, and then Bernie Sanders came down like this. What is it? Sadomasochist that loves to be punished? Is that the term?
Correct.
Yeah, like a little sadomasochist gimp coming around saying, "Yes, Hillary, please give me more. Please, we have to vote support Hillary." I just saw a tweet recently from him. I was like, Hillary Clinton was cheated because of the Russians, and I'm like, Bernie, are you that? Come on. Come on, seriously, the amount of delusion, the truth being revealed right now is something that, of course, independent voices have been talking about, but also we've been attacked because of that. So it's absolutely crazy. How far this will go, again, just like you said, it's all a big political power play. Some people are, of course, very protected, like Hillary Clinton, but this is huge news. This is big. This is Watergate level stuff. And I hope we get more information. I hope less information is going to be redacted, and I hope we really find out the true scope of this, because the mask is coming off. You're seeing the true people who are willing and able to lie to you, provide you a huge disservice, not only to Donald Trump, but against any legitimate criticism against Donald Trump, which sadly now will be lumped in with these loonies and the mainstream media and won't get any major attention. This is a huge disservice that needs to be called out, and that's what we're doing here. Jason, unless you have anything else to say, I'm going to end it here and tell people to stay tuned for more videos here on wearechanged.org. 4 videos a day. Subscribe. Stay tuned for more.